Saturday Night Fever, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to HoNTourSEA J-League Cycle 4. It is the final cycle, and today we have with us another match. It's going to be between impunity.storm and RDCF. I'm Babael, and joining me tonight is my guest caster. That's going to be Galaxy's Ice Bubble. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine, thank you.
That's good. So it's your first time spectating such a high-level gameplay, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Really very excited to see how they play against each other.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good game. Imperial Storm needs a win here, and DCS, previously they are known as RDCF, so I do believe that they are from Indonesia, if I'm not wrong. They also won to make something happen tonight, so it's gonna be a really exciting series. So that being
Mm.
said, well, we are looking at the first batting phase, and going in real quick here, we do have the Sandrift, Ophelia, and Fate. So that is, I mean, those are heroes that definitely we see being banned. Do you have any thoughts about those?
I personally like to use Sandwave, and Sandwave is really strong carry, so it's a really good idea to ban them. And Fate is really very irritating in the game, so I would really ban them. About Ophelia, that's a bit weird. That's what I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, Ophelia is it's a very strong jungle player. It definitely has got a lot of push potential. If you plus Ophelia with a war base, that will mean that the game is going to be done before 30 minutes. That's the way it has been for a while now. But I do believe that RDCF, or rather DCES, whatever clan tag they are, on Team
Mm.
Hellbourne side are taking a little bit of time here. Nova deciding to ban Seraph and Fate is very well adjusted to suit his team because they too play a little bit more passively as compared to the other teams around the G League. So that's it. It's going to be a rally ban there. Wow. So that means the Emperor will not have to rally this game.
Yes, and it looks like they are looking for a short game here or a
Okay, what
long
makes you
one.
say that?
I don't know because they banned Sandwave, which is a long game hero. And Rally also is okay. Looks like IMPS is looking at a short game, while um, DCS looking for a long game.
Yeah, I think that could
Right.
be possible because banning on the Sand Wave being a very irritating carry also. But with the Moon Queen pickup on Team Legion, I would say that Moon Queen is ultimately a little bit of a mid game kind of a carry. So we saw Nox play Moon Queen before. His GPM was about 1000 GPM. That's insane in
Wow.
even
Oh
his
my god.
level. Yeah.
How does it even reach that high?
That's right. He hit about 984 in a separate TMM match. He hit about 1,000. 984, I do believe, was Cycle 3's final round. I
Okay.
forgot who they were up against, but yeah, that was the Moon Queen. So today we're up for a good show, and that's gonna be interesting.
Yes. I'm still looking at their play. It's really interesting.
Yeah, and on Team Hellbourne, we do have the MOA pickup. MOA definitely will be looking at Engineer to join him quickly because both of them are just so effective together. That will be spelling a trial lane, pseudo trial lane. It could also
Mhm.
be possible, but it's gonna be a keeper on Team Legion. Do you think that Hellbourne's gonna give them the Tempest?
Give them the Tempest. Would they pick the Tempest? That would be the question.
Yeah, that's right. As in, will they allow Team Legion to run the Keeper and Tempest combo? Because that would be 8 seconds lockdown. And I'm correct, they're gonna go for the Engineer. And now the question is, do you think Legion team is gonna pick the Tempest?
No, I would not think so because in this, if they pick the Tempest, they'll have three forests, and it'll be really risky because they have nobody to run around. Especially when Hellbourne have already two gankers,
Mm-hmm.
so they would be really down on if any of them get ganked. And Moon Queen really needs to farm up, so I think they will need a couple more supports,
Yeah,
including a mid.
that's
Yeah.
right. They will want to try and run a little bit of the support route. That being said, though, they are gonna go for the mid. You're right. It's gonna be Prison 945 there. Keeper definitely. I mean, with the Tempest in the lineup, normally Tempest will be the jungle. Keeper will go to the suicide lane or rather the long lane
Oh.
and try and
Mm,
farm as much as possible. They would be able to do a lot of push potential because don't forget the Keeper has got dogs.
correct.
As Tempest also got dogs, so both of those heroes are very good in terms of pushing, but it's gonna be a Prisoner 945, so that's definitely going to Emperor, and I'm just
Mm.
expecting a lot of good gameplay come from there. What do you think Hellbourne's next pick is gonna be?
All right, they have to pick a carry. If not, it would be a mid to follow up. I would
Okay.
say they would go for a carry, which would be maybe Gemini or would be a good carry for them. How about Kronos?
Gemini and Crones are pretty good carry, but the problem is that they are not so strong because they need a lot of farm in the early game for a Kronos. For Gemini, it's been run before. I believe that on the international scene, the only team that ran Gemini very successfully was Vietnamese Dream Team, and that's VDT. They did very well,
Mm.
but it is a hero that needs a lot of farm as well. So they're gonna go with Revenor. Revenor is a very strong mid lane hero to counter the Prisoner 945. Now, let me just ask you this question:
Mhm.
when you put Prisoner against Revenor, let's say it's a one-on-one, who do you think is gonna win?
I would say it would be a prisoner.
Yeah, Prisoner will win, and why do you think so?
If the prisoner managed to hook the Revenant to a tower, then definitely the Revenant will not be able to catch up. But if the prisoner hook Revenant to a mid lane, let's say not without the tower attacking, the Revenant will be able to take the chance to actually just attack him one on one.
Okay, okay. So in terms of farming, who do you think will win the lane?
Revenant. His range is higher, right?
I I wouldn't say that the range is high. I'll just say that it's
Oh no, it's the
possible.
same.
Yeah, it's melee anyway. It's just that Revenant has got a little bit of the extra Storm Blades to work with, so that's gonna be very irritating for Prisoner to deal with. But again, in this kind of a tournament, I'm expecting dual support for mid coming from both sides. Seeing that there's also the Engineer MOA, I think that it's gonna be a really hard game for Prisoner in this one because Revenant's gonna have backup. Whereas for their side, if Keeper goes to the jungle, that's gonna be it for them, and they will not have extra dual support. So I'm
Correct.
yeah, I'm expecting Nova to go mid with Emperor, so that means that Moon Queen's gonna have to go solo down south. But if the opponent knows about that, they might want to tri lane or rather dual lane the long lane and make sure that Moon Queen doesn't get the farm. So either way, it's not looking good for Team Legion, and it's still very early to tell. Of course, execution can be a problem, and I'm just gonna read out the second banning phase heroes. We got a Bubbles, Torturer, Wretched Egg, a Luna, Corrupted Disciple, and a Temper is gonna be banned here. So that means that there will not be the 8 seconds lockdown that we dread, and that's good news for Team Hellborn because if you've got those kind of lockdown coming out from
Oh
Team Legion, it's gonna be really bad. Yep, Pyro is gonna be the support this game, and that will be going to Nova. Have you seen Nova play the Pyramids before?
no, but I'm really excited to see the support heroes that they would be choosing, because
Oh,
they're
okay.
really lacking the support area, seeing that the opponent has already have one stun and one mini stun and a slow and
Mm-hmm.
another slow from lodestone. So they really need to keep up on the support, if not they'll have totally no stun at all.
Yeah, it's yep, that's correct. So they definitely need a lot more stunners coming from Team Legion. There is already the Pyromancer to work with.
Mm,
Keeper definitely does provide a little bit of lockdown, but not enough stun there. As for Hellborn, there's a lot of stunners there. In fact, every single one of them has got a goddamn stun. You got the MOA with a very nice overcharge shot, as well as the Lodestone as a stun, and that's all 4 heroes there already. So Legion needs to be really careful, but they are shadow picking this Chutulafan. What do you think is gonna
yes.
happen there?
Shifu fun. Oh my. It would be a very good stun. It has a very long range, but how are they going to lane with this matchup?
Yep,
Oh,
it's
it's Andropedia.
yeah, it's gonna be the Andromeda. That's right, because Fan would be very successful in the society. It is possible to put the big elephant in the long lane, and we have the keeper in the jungle. It's still pretty okay, but I feel that with Fan around, it could be a little bit difficult to play because he definitely needs the extra creep biting ability, and he definitely works
Correct.
very well in the jungle as compared to the lane. So that said, it's gonna be a Prat, and Prat's gonna be the only hero from Team Hellboy that doesn't have a stun. And that said, he does have a very irritating Stonehide to deal with, so Keeper will be in a little bit of a tough spot going up against this Predator, and as in not an effective at lockdown as possible. So that's it. This is going to be an interesting game. And game one well underway here. Tonight we got Impunity.storm versus RDCF, and that's going to be a really exciting match. I do hope that the best team will win this one, and I am just excited to see what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's it. Waiting for the game to begin here. And on Team Legend, gonna be Impunity Storm all the way from Thailand. They are from mixed nationality, but that doesn't matter because all 5 of these members are situated there. So that's it. There is gonna be a remake request, and we will have to entertain that because we don't have any choice here. Yep, it's gonna be called out. It's gonna be done, and I'm gonna put this screen back on hold for a while. But before that, let's talk a little bit more about your current works there. So Ice Bubble, I know you're from Galaxy. Is that
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and what are you guys up to nowadays?
Nowadays, we are mainly training and waiting for our next round of recruitment, which I hope there will be lots more girls joining us.
Oh, do you have a
Okay.
projected date for the recruitment already?
No, not yet. We're still waiting for more news, but hopefully, maybe it will come soon. But meanwhile, we're just training to see if we are able to actually improve our skills and compete in national level.
Wow, that's gonna be really
Mm.
good. I will be looking really forward to see if we can have a top tier female squad to come out, and that is something that I do believe that everyone is waiting for. And that said, other than HoN, do you play any other games as well?
I've just recently downloaded the Garena Path of Excel, but I haven't really actually tried to play it yet. But
Okay,
other than these games, I do try a bit of LOL. And play a bit of Dota 2 during my free time.
I see, I see. So, I do believe that you play Dota 2. Do you play with a few other Galaxy members as well, or not?
No, I mainly play my friends with Dota 2, but with HoN or LOL, I try as much as possible to play with my other Galaxy teammates.
Ah, I see, I see. That's interesting. That's very good. And outside of HoN, you only play. You said you play uh, D2 as well. Do you play anything else outside the mobile genre? Like maybe I don't know. Do you play strategy games, RTS? Do you play
Mm,
card games like Hearthstone? I don't know.
Other than these games, I like to play RPG games, especially MMORPG.
Oh, Maple Story.
Like no, not Maple Story. Like Dragon Nest.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very old one. Or Diablo 3 D3.
Oh, Diablo 3. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's a very old one already. And that said, I do believe that yeah, the other game that you mentioned, it's the RPG game. Let me think. You
Mm,
lost me there. Yeah, it's
Dragon Nest.
yeah, Dragon Age. Yeah, I don't play that myself, but I do believe that it's pretty big in Singapore.
Mm.
It's one of the bigger game as well in the Philippines. So do you compete on that? Because I know that there is esports for that, as in people do join tournaments for that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. No, I stopped playing a while ago because the patch wasn't really that updating that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so once I reached the max level, I just stopped.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
currently playing Pokemon Y right now.
All right.
Trying to train up my Pokemons and yeah, just trying to hatch some eggs.
Okay, that's gonna be really interesting to see. Pokemon is definitely it's on 3DS, right? So you're gonna have to grab
Correct.
a 3DS to play that. All right, that said, I do believe the game is now ready and it's gonna be remade in an all-pick fashion. We are going in. The only problem as to why they need a remake is because I do believe Andromeda was not on Nova previously; it was on Bastom, so they were a little bit slow to sort there. Not much of a big deal, really. The game is still the same draft coming from both sides. Still very scary coming from the Hellborn team. There's a hell lot of stunner there, and Shrunken is gonna be needed from Team Legion. So that's it. I do believe that they are going to take a little bit extra time here to think about what they are going to do, their laning, and to expect a little bit more. What do you think? Okay, who do you think has the advantage going to this game? Looking at the lineup.
I would think DCS definitely because of the amount of stuns and slows that they have. And on IMPS side, it's a bit more farming. They have to farm a lot more, considering that they have a keeper and a moon queen.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, definitely the CES. But Entropy and Pyromancer have really good stuns,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's up to them and see really how they play.
Yep, they have got fantastic stun. It's pretty possible to chain. The only thing I like about Andromeda is the fact that the stun is very easy to use. The combat is a point stun, so that means that unless you keep click on a creep, you should not miss that. And
Yes,
that's it.
correct.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. So yep, game one well underway here. We got on Team Legion. It's gonna be impunity.storm from Thailand. And yes, we got Nova the captain there. He is gonna be the Andromeda. We got Bastom. That will be the Pyromancer. Moon Queen on Nox. That's the 1000 GPM beast we're talking about. Plus the fact we got Murph. That's gonna be Ringer, fellow Galaxy member as well. And that's gonna be the keeper of the force. Last but not least, we got Emperor, and that's gonna be the mid lane Prisoner 945. And on Hellborn side, DCeS, or rather RDCF, it's the same, it's Desert Corps Esports, and that would be all the way from Indonesia, if I'm not wrong, Yendi Olegan, previously known as Jens Olegan. He will be your lodestone. And MTF, I do believe he's a new member, sort of, in this new roster. He will be the Pred as the carry. My Hiss is going to be your MOA. We got Blasphemous, and that would be your engineer. Last but not least, got Francor, my favorite player from DCS. That's going to be your Revenor.
All right. I just found out something. No, I just realized something.
Yep.
If if 3 ulti when Pret is around, then if they're able to KO Pret within the 2-3 seconds that they have, then the team is pretty much GG on the Hellbourne side. Am I right?
Yes, if they are able to lock down Pret, but don't forget that Pret has got a stone height to run out from the keeper's roots. So that would be possible only if the stuns are chained nicely. The root itself is not going to be very effective unless the root goes off after stone height. So that would be pretty interesting to see. But it's a good point. Do note that Pret has got very interesting skill as well. So the stone height will make sure that he doesn't really need a shrunken head coming to this game, but it's going to be good because that's going to give him extra time. However, it's not a necessity because he already has got magic immunity. So that's it. The lanes are going to be the Prisoner and Bastom going down south. Things are a little bit different so far as compared to the usual lineup from Team impunity.storm there. It's going to be a tri-lane against them. That's going to be the Revenor, MOA, and Engineer. That's why we don't like to see the MOA plus Engineer because the stun goes out, the Keck's not going to connect, and that's just a little bit closer. That's it. The hook is going to come in, and it's going to be slowed. Nova follows nicely. My hit's going down. That's going to be the Bloodlust. Revenor is forced to take flight there. So that's it. I mean, it is so far a very good trade coming from Team Legion. And yep, Nova coming in. That's not actually Nova. That's Bastom on the Pyromancer. So my bet there. And mid lane is going to be Nox against Lodestone. They know and they anticipated a tri-lane. So that's why they changed up the entire laning there.
That's really very nice. Oh my god, stun is going out there already.
Yep, that's it. Revenor trying to survive here. The stun, making sure that he goes in. But Bastom nicely securing him in place there. And he's going to pick up the kill as well. So that's going to be 2-0 coming into just below 2 minutes here. And my god, it's so far very exciting. And I would say that by right, you have a lot of stun potential on our DCeS, but they got a little bit outplayed there, and I hope that that's not going to dampen their spirit. And as you can see, Engineer is going to the mid lane with the Lodestone against Nox here, because that's where the prize is. Remember, they go down to the bottom lane to try and lock down on the Moon Queen without expecting the fact that Moon Queen's going to rotate to the mid lane, and it seems like rotations are again still going to be well underway here. Moon Queen moving down south. We got Andromeda going to the mid lane, and a lot of rotation happening. It's like the lanes just changed 180 degree, and everyone is on the move from the Legion side. So that's really nice to see.
Yes, and I can see, looking at Predator right now, he's alone with 3. I hardly see this in normal games. Yeah, with Keeper of Forest.
Yeah.
But his gold per minute is not really very high as compared to Moon Queen's. Oh no, they're catching up already.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep, that's correct, because it's gonna be quite hard for Pret to have a little bit of lane control against the Keeper, because Keeper has got a lot of cool creeps. And that being said, Revenor at the mid lane is gonna face out with Prisoner again. He goes in for a nice little disjoint away from the combat. That's gonna be okay, but here comes the not Franco. Here comes Yen the Ole Gun, and he's gonna land a quick little rocket drill on the Prisoner knife. However, the Keck is gonna miss again. What the hell is wrong with this Engineer? But that's okay. Prisoner still goes down. Emperor is gonna take the fall, and Nova doesn't have enough mana to save his friend there. So it's a little bit sad to see that. But again, 2-1, 3 minutes in, and yeah, it seems like a little bit of a ray of hope coming in for the Hellbourne side.
Yeah. The ganks are really good.
Yep, of course, both sides gonna have to rotate as much as possible because they know that something is up. The moment you saw Moon Queen in mid lane and now he's at the bottom lane, you don't know where he is, you're gonna have to try and catch him. But do know that Moon Queen has got pretty good farm so far, 235 GPM. And that is a good sign of things to come from Team impunity.storm. And I'm just itching to see a 1k GPM again on Nox, and I'm wondering if that's going to be possible with this kind of aggression coming from the Hellbourne side.
Please do. I want to see 1000. How the hell is it going to obtain that 1000 GPM?
Yeah, so I mean, in Galaxy, what kind of role do you play?
Galaxy, I'll play the support role or the babysitter role. If not, I can take the suicide role as well.
Yeah, then your eyes should be on Nova the whole time. It's not on Nox, man. That's a...
I'm sorry?
Yeah, then you should be examining Nova's play every single second, not Nox, because Nox is the carry, it's not the support.
Yes, especially looking at Moon Queen. I would really like to learn how to play a carry role, but the carry role is really very stressing, as in the late game it all depends on you whether you're able to pull the game out.
And hold that thought because bottom lane, the comment is going to land quickly and goes the follow-up stun from Pyromancer. That's going to mean a kill on Francoeur. Revenant going to take the fall again. Nox going to pick this one up, so that means that his GPM is going to be close to 300 already. Meanwhile, Emperor, the mid lane, facing a little bit of difficulty there. The Keg is going to Keg. It's going to be a double damage on the Engineer, so down goes the Prisoner again. It's going to be the 2 death for the entire team there. But that being said, 4 minutes in already and 3-2. I would say that this game is still pretty much in the mid now. Who would you give the advantage to so far?
So far, Stone, he has about almost a 400 GPM, but he's not a carry. But if a Lodestone get pretty farm out, he'll be a really tank and really very irritating in the late game. So yeah, looking at their GPM now, so far advantage should go slightly to the Legion team, although in total, right?
Yeah, it is. It's slightly slanting towards Legion team. The only thing that is going to be of the great concern is going to be the mid here, where Emperor doesn't have good farm, about 150 plus GPM. I mean, the mid is always a very key role, and that's it. Before we go on, it seems like a Nova is going to be a little bit of a pinch there, and the stuns are not coming just yet. He's going to pop a health potion, the comment's going to land, and here comes his trusty jungle. That's going to be best on, but it is not going to be quick enough, and he's going to take the fall. Yendi Ole Gun's going to be able to just nicely ship him down. So Nova is going to go down, and that's it. It's a little bit sad to see. And back to my point previously, it's going to be about comparing the mid lane and the carry. That's a few factors that really shaped up the entire game there. So mid lane, you see the Prisoner is not doing so well against the Lodestone. Lodestone definitely is going to be in a good position to steamroll him. He's already a level 6 and Prisoner only a level 4. Doesn't even have boots just yet. Meanwhile, top lane, Prisoner going to be... Keeper is going to be able to run away. That's okay. He's dusted. Yep, but he should be fine, and yeah, he's gonna be okay. Meanwhile, Prisoner on the flip side may not be the same though. I hear the rocket drill, but I would expect it to miss, so that's why the kill is not successful. But that's it though.
Look at tree, look at tree.
Yeah, tree is still invisible and there is no dust there. I do believe it's on cooldown, but Revenor is just so close there, wanting to pick up the kill on Murph. It is not gonna be successful, but there goes the second dust, and now he sees Murph going down. That's gonna be a top lane. So far 3-4 here, and it seems like mid lane Emperor again is gonna get harassed from the Lodestone, so that's not gonna be a good sign. And yeah, meanwhile, carry against carry, you have to examine both the Moon Queen as well as the Predator. So Moon Queen has got about 340 GPM and Predator about 270. So Moon Queen is in a good spot so far. Yep, and that's it. Ice, are you there?
Yes, I am. Just not able to hear you clearly.
Yeah, I think you are. I think you're breathing too loudly into the microphone. I can hear your breath.
Just give me one moment.
Sure, no problem. That's it. Gonna carry on this game here. We do have, I mean, so far Emperor's doing pretty fair job. Level 5, not the best of farm here. 160 GPM. Don't forget that he was in the mid lane the entire time. The only problem was that because of the insane amount of rotation coming from the Legion side, where he got Nova changing sides, he did leave Emperor a little bit on the dry land there. And playing as a Prisoner, he doesn't have the extra bandwidth to work with against the Lodestone. Do know Lodestone hit smash does hit for a shit ton of damage, and you have to be really careful when playing against the Lodestone. So that's it. I mean, Emperor, I thought that he would be able to win the lane a little bit easier, but so far it's not going as expected. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Revenant taking a little bit of beating there. The ball lightning is going on as scheduled, but Revenant trying to run away as fast as he can. Pyromancer behind. The stuns are not coming up, but the Moonbeam is going to be enough. Meanwhile, there's a channel going on there. That's going to be a shadow stun. Pyromancer in deep shit right now. He's going to try to run away, but is that going to be enough? That's the question though. The Moonbeam going to try and save him from Yendi Olegan. That Prisoner is going to hook him in, and here comes the Moon Finale. That's going to mop up the kill, and it's a sweet revenge going out from Emperor there. So down goes the Lodestone. So that's it. Pyromancer going to be a little bit slow there. Will not be able to catch the remnants coming from Hellborn's side, and it's going to be 3-3 at the bottom lane so far. 5-4, and this game slight favor for Team Legion. Another good hook from Emperor. Revenor does have the ball lining on him already, so he's going to put him for the extra stun. Now trying to run it by Emperor, already hitting level 6 with the nice little ultimate. That's going to mean a kill on Revenor as well. The good stun coming from Pyromancer, being played by Bastom. Might be enough to pick up the kill on the MOA. MOA going to be a bit of trouble there. Yes, it is going to be enough, and down goes MOA. So 7-4. A lot of kill in this game. We love to see that kind of action here. And I believe Ice Bubble is still not back yet, but it should be okay. 9 minutes in, 7-4. 2k goal lead going for the Legion side. Hellborn a little bit tad behind. They should still be able to catch up quickly if they can farm, and that's going to be a big if, because now rotation again. We do see a little bit of extra top coming here. And Keeper doing a little bit of a YOLO mood. The YOLO tree there is going to blend well with the Hellbourne trees, the dead counterparts coming from the Keeper. He's going to try and summon some tree dogs to make sure that the tower gets harassed because he doesn't have the space to farm, and that is up against a Pret. But if you ask me, Pret is so far pretty much contained already. The farming is not the best coming from Predator, only at about 45:13, whereas for Nox about 51. So the only difference between Nox as well as the Pret, Nox has got 4 kills under the belt, and that is the power of the Moon Queen with the Moonbeam. That's it. Moonbeam is going to come out quickly onto the Lowstone. Lowstone does a Rocket Drill. He's going to try and run away. He is going to be successful, but here comes the Pyromancer. The stun is not going to connect. Moonbeam goes down. So does the stun. It's going to be successful. Lowstone going to be a little trouble there. He has the Shadow Storm to try and buy a little bit of time there, but it is not going to matter. He is going to die. And that's it. Murph is trying to run away and is, in fact, taking a little bit of a distraction route coming up from the Hellbourne team. So you have Revenant trying to chase the tree, but he is not able to do much of a thing. Duna and Revenant did gang the top lane slightly early and was pretty successful. Emperor not really sure what he's trying to achieve there, but because of a lack of vision, I would say that's a good attempt. And back to the whole point here, 8:4, 3k gold lead. I mean, Legion side doing a pretty good job. And yep, in case you guys are wondering where Lark is, he is he's out on a date again, guys. He ditched me for another chick. I just hate that stuff. It's okay, not crying here, it's pretty okay. I mean, Lark, he does need some social life, and Saturday night, you know, Saturday night fever, you're gonna have to go out, hit the clubs a bit, go on a date. Yeah, it did mention to me that it's gonna be pretty sweet, so I hope he does enjoy himself. And for the guys who are friends with Lark, please go ahead and, if you have his Facebook message him, wish him all the best. You can also give him a little bit of encouragement on his Facebook page if you are his Facebook friend. That's it, back to this game here. We are looking at 8:4 and 3k gold lead. Lark just got completely BM by me. And we are looking at about this game, 11 minutes already. Revenant lands the ball lightning, goes in for the kill. Emperor is going to be a little bit of grave trouble there. The stun falling very quickly. Hit smash going to be able to end this one there, but not being used just yet. The dust is going to be used. It's only going to be able to spot the Fat Emperor that is just trying to run away, but seems like the stun from the Andromeda is going to land quickly. Emperor trying to make a little bit of a comeback here onto the Engineer, but will not get it done. Nova is going to be fine, and here comes the Keeper. Keeper doesn't have the mana for the root yet, so he is not able to play very aggressively. He does show himself because he wasn't invisible, so they know that there's a Keeper in the vicinity right now. And that's it. Bottom lane, Moon Queen is just completely absorbed in his own world right now. He is standing about 435 GPM at about just 11 or rather 12 minutes into this game and looking very good. So that's it. Moon Queen doing a lot of work. In fact, trying to push down the tower by himself. I would say that it would be pretty successful, but he is going to play it safe and not going to juke it down all the way to deniable health. So that's going to be interesting to see. So it's going to be a really slow-mo thing between the tower and the ballista. Yep, it's about 143 health, so not within deniable range. Tower should still be standing for the next few minutes. Moon Queen goes in. He is expecting a little bit of a kill here. The tower is going down. Nice little side step. Moon Finale gonna be caught here. Pyromancer gonna fall off. That's is gonna be a nice little mop up there. Tower's gonna be faulted, but it is going down. But here comes the Pret, and it's looking to munch down Moon Queen. Moon Queen looking to run away, but will not do so. So Nox is going down, and that's it. Still 500 GPM on his Moon Queen, but Pret coming in to make sure that he does get the extra advantage. So MTav doing a really good job there, and it's interesting to see that as well. That's it, mid lane, Invisible Lodestone with the Shadow Storm already going out. Emperor, a little bit of trouble there. Combat might be able to save him, might not be able to do so. There goes the Emperor trying to pull the big ultimate, but will not get anything done. Murph is perfect at doing a little bit of a suicide push there. She did manage to pick off the kill there, as in the tower kill. So that's nice to see. 10-6 so far, and the only problem with the entire Legion lineup is that the Emperor is not having a very good farm, because he is looking to go all the way out to try and put a little bit of a gang potential onto the Hellbourne team, but that is not realized yet. And yep, they are actually going to say hi to Franco. Murph is actually going to just invis there, but the dust is still going on schedule. And the ball lightning going in. Stormblades bring in full effect. Body blocking into effect as well. Engineer looking for a little bit of a stun. Is it going to connect though? The sidestep is going to be effective there. And Murph doing a lot of work is going to be visible again. That's going to mean it for them. And Hellbourne team is not able to catch out the Keeper. So that's it. Keeper now trying to run away. The dust is not able to spot him up. So she's going to be fine. And that's it. 14 minutes going to be up soon. 10-6 so far. 5k goal lead for the Legion team. and Storm, and they need as much win as possible. The first day they were tied up, as in they lost to MR. Second day they were tied against the Beauty Earth, and now it's the third day. Seems to be pretty fine if you ask me. They definitely need a win against RDCF. RDCF would just promote it, didn't promote itself, was around the cycle for quite a few cycles already. To G League I meant, and I mean, not so good looking. RDCF didn't manage to secure any playoff spot just yet, but they are still a formidable team in the entire region, and they are definitely best fitting of the term top 16. That's it. Nice little hook coming from Emperor, but no follow-up in the vicinity. I do believe that the members in just now nicely gonna congregate at the mid lane there. If he did it a little later, it may be able to pick up a kill on the lodestone, but not happening just yet. Legion calling for a pause. Might be some latency related problem, and I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen there. Meanwhile, gonna try and check if Ice is around. Ice Bubble, are you around? Yep, she's not able to do much of a thing there, and I think she is not around. But that's okay. Anyway, for you guys out there, that was Ice Bubble from Galaxy. She is off to fix a bit of a mic problem. She should be fine in a few moments though. And yeah, I mean, so far this game pretty much split down the middle. Definitely Legion team have got slight lead, about 5k to 6k gold lead as compared to the Hellborn side. They are looking pretty good. Nox is about 500 GPM, and that is pretty insane if you ask me, but in general that is something that I do look forward to. Of course, if Nox is able to put forward a little bit of a good farm, that is going to be really ideal, and so far I would say that that is going on a schedule for Team Legion. The only problem is that they don't have a very well farmed mid, and that is pretty problematic for them if you ask me. The prisoner needs to have his portal key, he needs to have his steam boots. He doesn't even have the steam boots yet, he needs to go back home and pick up the steam boots first. And that's going to be a lot of help for them. That said, however, Murph doing a pretty good job. 1.5k gold already, and should be looking at maybe even a portal key soon if for the extra initiation. She may also want to go and opt for the Astrolabe to pick up the extra health for the rest of the team, seeing how Nova is just completely tanking down, or rather anchoring the warding role. Yep, a little bit of help coming from Bastom. Bastom is going to be the secondary support, so we are going to be expecting a lot of extra items on the Pyromancer as compared to the Andromeda. So that's it. It's gonna be 15 minutes here. Just nicely going to the CC mark. Emperor a little bit questionable the hook, but he should be looking just farm as much as he can. Only about 200 GPM. Emperor needs extra items, and he doesn't have the best of games, so it's not entirely his fault. He got completely caught in the mid on numerous occasions because the lodestone was always in the vicinity. So that's a little bit extra things to take note of. And that's it, we're looking at this game here. 15 minutes up already. 10-6. Legion team on the steamroll, and Lark is absent as usual. The hook is gonna miss. It's gonna be okay. He is aiming for the crypts after all, so that is the main. So I would say it's on target if it's aiming for the crypts. Lodestone with illusion, just gonna act a little bit of help there for the extra sight coming from the rest of his team. For the rest of his team. Murph is really successful in terms of pushing down the top tier one, so I would be expecting a little bit of the Legion push real soon, and if that is gonna happen, it would be really ideal. Meanwhile, that is a fake lodestone, so it should be fine, and I mean things are definitely shaping out a little bit, and I hope that the connection with Ice Bubble is already back to normal. And can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep, yeah, a lot better right now. Yeah, that's good.
Yes, well, I just restart my com and I can see that Moon Queen. Oh my god, here she has a sorry, what's that called? The
Whispering Helm?
what's that called?
Firebrand?
No, the one that goes with Firebrand, Jomantra.
Jomantra.
Yeah, Jomantra Spin. Yes, that's right. But she is just, yes, there it goes. It's up already.
Yep, Jomantra's been a very good item on the Moon Queen. Definitely gonna help him against the Pred. But the main problem with securing the kill on Pred is to just do a lot of work there. Murph, in fact, also gonna snipe out the career. Wow, that's a lot of work coming from Keeper. Keeper doing a really good job there. That said, though, the leap is not gonna be most effective, but the dust is gonna be the Keeper's roots is gonna be employed here to try and make sure that Murph is gonna be fine. But there is still a 5 seconds cooldown on the on the dust, so she does need to be really careful there. That being said, though, it is gonna be okay, and Murphy's gonna be fine, but she needs to run away as quickly as possible. Here comes Prisoner, and a little bit of questionable stun, but the Stone Eye is gonna be effective, though. Prisoner is going down instead. Yep, I did try to help
Oh,
Murph a little bit, but wasn't very successful. That's it. Keeper is gonna be fine.
yeah, tip it away already. Meanwhile, bot is pushing.
Yeah, Moon Queen
Yeah,
again
bot
doing
is
a lot of
pushing.
work there. Moon Queen, by the way, is now at 600 GPM, and it
Wow.
makes it look really easy there. But Nova is gonna take the fall. That's pretty okay. Yeah, that's just a support. Nova is going down, and on the flip side, Moon Queen is forced to abandon his support. But ultimately, Moon Queen needs the farm and the GPM, so that's why normally you just ditch your carry. Oh, sorry, ditch your support. You don't ditch your carry. You ditch your support. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yep, that's 18 minutes up here, and I would assume that you would also agree with me that Team Legion does have a slight lead. So I would ask you a
Yes.
question: Is what
Hmm?
do you think Hellbourne can do to come back into this game?
Come back into this game, Predator. Well, Predator haven't died yet. So probably late game, Predator really needs to get his item up, and maybe late game we can see a turn of events here. I would
Yeah,
think that Predator stands a chance in defeating Moon Queen. It will make a better carry, but it's still Moon Queen GPM is really way too high, and it will just keep increasing
yeah.
unless something happens. Yeah.
Yep, and that's it. I would say that for sure you will want to give the extra farm to the Pred, but the problem is Pred can't just go full farming because the rest of his teammates having a little bit of trouble against the rest of impunity.storm. So, I mean, in this kind of a matchup where you dedicate a solo farmer, you need to make sure that the other four members of your team can cope with the whole game without your presence. So, in this kind of a situation, they are doing a pretty good job, but the problem is that they don't have much towers pushed yet. In fact, the tier 1s and tier 2s are left untouched on the Legion side. So that is the main problem coming from the Legion team. They are 7k gold behind, and that's because they haven't got any tower yet. And looking at the current lineup, I would be expecting them to push, but they don't have that. They've got a lot of stun, but they are not able to mash it up properly, and that is a little bit sad to see. So maybe if Pratt is able to come out, which he should be able to do so soon, the
Yep.
5 men can try and do a little bit of a push.
Yep. It appears that they are pushing right now, but Keeper is going all the way to the top. I would want to see a push and an engage, a full-fledged 5v5 engage. But it doesn't seem that they are looking at engage with the Predator still farming and the Revenant still at the bot.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's good. And Revenor also very strong hero. Do note that Revenor is, I mean, the Hellborn is obviously running a tri-core. You've got Lodestone, the Pred, as well as the Revenor. All three needs to have pretty good farm before the game can take flight, because the three of them should be able to take down the Moon Queen as well as the Prisoner. Prisoner has been addressed this entire game, so I'm not too concerned about that. However, the problem is that they don't have much of a farm on the Revenor, so Revenor is gonna have to do a little bit dedicated farming down south at the bottom lane. And Keeper already showing off that he's got a portal key. That's gonna be pretty big coming from the Legion side. The only item that the Keeper needs right now is gonna be the Shrunken Egg, because there is an absurd amount of stunners on the Hellborn side. So the lockdown is gonna have to be uh, avoided to make sure that the keeper can land the loot on time. So that's it. The deny on the first, as in on the first tower in the mid lane is going on schedule for the Hellborn side. Whereas for Hellborn, they are trying to make sure that they are also pushing up the top lane. But there's only a keeper here. But fear not, again, the entire Legion team is actually going to rotate to the top lane.
Yes, that's right. I'm looking at the items right now. Lodestone is already having a PK already. And the support still have no items, even though yeah, support usually have no items. Sad life of support.
Yeah, exactly. Support. Unless you're playing secondary support and you have a dedicated support role, just tanking all the duties of warding, which would be Nova. But there goes the hook. It's not gonna be very effective. Here comes the Lowstone channeling the shot. The extra Shadow Storm is actually gonna be effective there. And there we have the Pyromancer landing the big ultimate onto the kill there. So Yendi Oligan's gonna take the fall. That's gonna be the Lodestone. Meanwhile, Pratt's gonna have to turn tail and run away. And MOA gonna be a little bit of a tight spot there, try and run away as quickly as he can. But the keeper is gonna do a little bit of extra body blocking. It's gonna be so far pretty successful if you ask me. Not the best, but it does slow him down by a fair bit there. And the Keg is gonna connect. That's gonna save the MOA, or so they think. But there is a O ball and chain. If it connects onto the MOA, it would mean a quick kill there. Prisoner looking for this the hook there, but will not have the opportunity to do that. That's it. They are gonna change target to the mid lane. That's gonna be the Pret, and Pret is gonna be fine. 22 minutes up already. 11-8 so far, and Pret's gonna leap onto the
Oh,
keeper that would nicely disjoin it. So Murph doing a lot of work in this game.
yeah, so proud of Murph.
Yeah, she's playing very well. She secured the top tower as well as get a lot of nice, well, I would say initiation items onto the keeper. Definitely with the sustainer, she's looking for a restoration stone. So once she has got all those items, it would spell a total of about 8-second lockdown again with the resto stone coming out the keeper. So that is going to be really troublesome for Hellbourne to deal with, and that would mean that Pret would need at least a Shrunken Head to make sure that he's going to be fine in both the Titan Keeper ultimates.
Yes, that is if 3 manage to ulti. Oh my god, I feel so guilty dumping them.
Yeah, yeah, that's a pretty good question, and I haven't really seen a big Keeper ultimate yet. I would be expecting that really soon because they should be expecting a little bit of a push. But I mean, Impunity Storm doesn't need to push this too far. There is a little bit of the Shadow Storm going on the Pyromancer, and he's going down as well. That's gonna be solely due to the credit of Yendi Oligan playing as your Lodestone. So that's it. It's not good to dub your teammates, but I would say that Murph is doing a pretty good job so far, and we would have to wait to see if there is going to be a big keeper ultimate.
Yes. Why is he stuck in the middle of the forest? Okay, wait. Alright.
Yeah, she's gonna be fine, and that's it. Prisoner 945 still doesn't have the portal key yet. Deciding to go for the Tablet of Command is a very wise option. I would think that it is ultimately gonna be a little bit more effective than the portal key for one variety of reason there. But that's it. The Rocket Drill is gonna connect on the Andromeda, and Predator is gonna try and come in for the extra
Oh no,
lead, but it's gonna get hooked by Prisoner. Prisoner gonna pop the Yeti, and here comes the Moon Queen, struck it already, and there goes the route we have all been waiting for. And Murph pulls it out really nicely there. The mode finale going out as well. Pratt gonna be a lot of trouble. Pratt trying to run away. It's gonna be fine. The stun onto the keeper on schedule as well, and it's gonna spell the end, or so we think. There is a Revenant behind enemy lines here, looking to be a little bit of a tight spot, but Frank Koer knows what he's doing, and Keeper is going to spot out there. He's going to try and pick the courier, but the courier is going to be fine. The ball lightning going to connect, and with a Storm Blades, it would mean a kill, but Frank Koer trying to run away there. Pyromancer stunned a little bit too late. It would have meant a kill, but it was just so close. And that's it. Moon Queen, by the way, guys, 700 GPM.
Alright. Just now you mentioned was what? 800 or 1000?
1000. He did hit 1000 before, and is looking to get the kind of GPM again this game. 730 GPM and still climbing. 24 minutes. This game is still young, just like the night. And there we have it. 12:9. Legion team is just steamrolling so far, and it's gonna be really worrisome because Hellbourne, the Pret, has got pretty decent farm. If you look at it, that is actually gonna be about 430 plus GPM on his Predator, and he does have the Brutalizer. Brutalizer is very effective to lock down the Moon Queen, but Moon Queen knows something is wrong, so she's gonna opt for the Dancing Blade that I hope will not become a Genjiro, but will instead become the Wing Bow. The Wing Bow is gonna provide 30% evasion, and that's gonna help against the Brutalizer.
Yeah, you can see Predator desperately trying to farm. But would he be able to defeat the Mankyu in the GPM way? Oh. Okay, I'm still staring at the GPM.
Yeah, the GPM chart is going out of my mind right now. We got it for 740, sorry, and that's gonna be a Nox. Emperor did a little bit of a catch up there, but 230 GPM, so he should be pretty fine himself. Murph is the one that is a pleasant surprise. 340 GPM on the keeper. Did secure pretty good tower so far. Only one death. I'm sorry. But yeah, one death, and 0-1 and 2 keeper looking pretty good. He does have the root again, so if he goes in for a big pot, it could secure all 4 members. Are we gonna see that? That's the question though. Engine gonna pop the big ultimate coming from, that's gonna be an engine field, and the Predator coming in for the extra kill onto the Emperor, but Emperor is gonna find the root just locking on 2. That's a little bit questionable, but again, still gonna be okay, and it seems like Shadowstorm's gonna take care of Prisoner. Lodestone trying away, but the Pyromancer ultimate is gonna nerf him down all the way to hell, so that's gonna be okay. And Hellbourne is gonna try and run away as fast as he can, whereas for the Legion side, they are still pretty okay, and that entire engagement is gonna be a 1-for-2 exchange, and that's gonna be pretty good. So assuming that, oh yeah, sorry, don't assume, there is already a Wing Bow on Moon Queen. It's like, take your eyes off, it was a Dancing Blade, the next time look at it, Wing Bow, bam, you're printing money there. That said, what would you advise Pret to pick up against this Moon Queen now?
Just let me think. How about MKB? That would be, what would that be in HoN? Just give me a moment. How about more damage?
More damage, yeah, more damage is gonna be really good. I would say that the Savage Mace is gonna be a good pickup. There we go. He does pick up the Slayer, so you're correct. That's gonna be the Savage Mace. But the main reason for the Savage Mace is because that's gonna nicely nerf away the Wing Bow that the Moon Queen has. I'm just completely scared for this guy right now because Moon Queen, by the time he has got a Savage Mace, he's gonna come back with a very, very big symbol of rage, and that is going to mean that he can stand in any team fight and take the fight there. And that is going to be the power of Nox. Look at that, 778 GPM, closing to 1000 maybe, but 800 is going to be pretty possible for him this game, provided he doesn't die, and that would be pretty questionable because Pratt is looking for some Moon Queen blood today. We'll be able to spot the Pyromancer, but Pyromancer jumps the cliff in a very nice manner. That's going to be okay. We'll be able to destroy the tier 1 nicely, but here comes the stun, and it's going to be effective, and Moon Queen is going to shrunk it. That is going to mean a little bit of a mixed nerf damage come from Chestov, but Moon Queen goes down, and that is going to be bad news, so we may not be able to see too much of the things there, but Energy Field is going to go out, and the team fight is still going to go on as scheduled. Predator is going to be okay, and he's going to fall back, but the Keeper is going to be in hot pursuit. That's because 1 second on the cooldown on the big ultimate, just securing the kill onto the MOE, as well as the Engineer is going to be good now. And Merv doing a lot of work again. That is going to mean an equal kill there. There is a buyback on Nox. He did expand it, so that's 925 onto Nox. And 780 GPM, man. That's a really good job coming from the Keeper as well as Moon Queen.
Alright, actually the Predator, I'm sorry, should go in Heart and maybe the Savage, sorry, not Savage Mace, the other Lightning one. What's the Lightning one called?
Sorry, which one? The Lightning one? Okay,
hold
that top because here comes Ravenel YOLO all the way, and Francoa goes down in style. That is the way Ravenel will leave his life. So it is perfect that he tried to snipe out the token of life, but will not get it done, and it's a little bit sad to see. And Francoa, man, he does he tries his best. I know that, but this game it's just gonna be so hard for him. Back to the topic though. You're talking about the lightning item. Are you talking about the charge hammer?
Yes, that's right. That's actually my favorite item if I were to use Pred, because it actually increases the amount of targets that's hitting, giving it the same advantage as Moon Queen.
Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting, and that would, I mean, Moon Queen does have the well, he does have the extra damage so far, but he is gonna go for a little bit of the sustainer, sustainability kind of a build, so that's gonna mean a symbol of rage. 300 plus damage coming from Moon Queen, so that's gonna hurt a punch there. Whereas for Pratt, already about 200 plus, he is still very far from his, not very far actually, it's just slight amount of gold there. I would expect about 300 before he hits his Savage Mace, but do note that if he picks that up, he doesn't have any buyback, and that is gonna be in a little bit of a problematic spot, but it should be fine because Legion team is not too aggressive. If they are, this game would have been done, but they are not. So that's the problem. If they push in time and Pred doesn't have a buyback, it's going to be pretty bad and nasty for them. That said, there is a few factors that will be at play here. You need a Moon Queen to put forth a very good Moon Finale. You need also the Keeper to put forth a very good Root, as well as the Prisoner. That's the problem. We've got both, but not all three. Prisoner so far is only level 12. He is trying his very best, I can tell, but he needs to play a huge part in this game to just be extra sure that the Pred can go down, and that's it. There is also the Lodestone to take care of in the later stages of this game. Ravenor has pretty good farm as well, so I am getting to be a little bit concerned for Team Legion. That's it. 800 GPM on Nox, by the way, guys. He is gonna cross the mark very soon.
Yes, would he be able to reach 1000? What was his record previously? Would he be able to hit it to actually break the record?
Cycle 3, he was about 980 plus GPM. Separate TM, he hit about 1000 GPM. This guy is just a farming beast. The GPM monster they are calling from the international scene. So far looking very good, and Nox is struggling to hit the 800 mark. But it should be pretty easy for him there. This is where it gets really hard, because every single second your GPM drops faster than you think. That's the way it works, because it goes by per minute, so if you don't do anything per minute, it will actually slow down a lot, especially the higher that you go. So that's it. It's gonna be pretty hard for him. 18-11 so far. Game 1 between impunity.storm as well as our DCF, and I'm hoping that Hellborn team knows what they're doing.
Yep, and they're definitely going defensive right now. Yes, he reached the 3rd tier already.
That's right, there's a little bit of the nice little engineer eggs happening there. That's gonna be the spider mines. I do believe that 3 of them is not enough to even take out Nova, so it's pretty questionable as to why he didn't pick up that. It doesn't even hurt the Moon Queen. That's like, oh, it's okay, I'll soak it up nicely.
Would even hurt the image.
Yeah, didn't even do much of thing there. That's okay, but Moon Queen just dealing a lot of damage on the tier 3 there. Rocket Joel would be able to go in quickly, but it's just a little bit of death turns coming from the Lodestone. He does have 8 seconds before the next Rocket Joel. That's gonna buy his teammates some time to deal with
Keeper has Restorer already.
yeah, Restoration Stone already up on the Keeper, so that is going to be a pretty big item, and I'm just waiting for the big engagement that is going to happen quickly. There goes the Prey, he's going to jump onto the Moon Queen. Moon Queen severely challenged here. Where is the backup? There is no backup yet. The Moon Finale going, but hold that top because there is a token there, and Keeper is going to pop the root right about now, locking down only 2 members. MOA going down, and down goes Glowstone as well, and Moon Queen comes back. That's going to be okay. There should be the Restoration Stone used already. It is used, so a second root is going to be up and ready, waiting for Keeper to call the shots here, but it seems like 3 men already down from Hellborn side and only 2 left. There is again no buyback on the prep because he did complete his Savage Maze. That's a huge mistake. Once you know that there is going to be a push, I mean, this game is a whole mistake in general from the Hellborn side. They are just wrong on numerous accounts. They shouldn't have let Nox thump so much. They didn't address Nox. They did try their best in terms of putting for a little bit of trialing, but they didn't get it done enough, and that's the problem. Nox with 850 GPM, that is the crux of this entire game here. If you look closely, it's not even about a prisoner, it's not even about Murph, it's about Nox. You can't shut him down, you're done. 20 seconds before that Preg comes back up, but before he comes back, it's completely barren. The bottom lane empty already, as well as the mid lane. So all that's going to be left is the top lane, and I mean, impunity.storm is on a good position to win this game.
Yep, I think the game will be over before Nox will be able to reach 1000 GPM, which I'm really hoping to see.
Yeah, it's already at about 860 right now, and Nox doing a very good job trying to maintain it. He does need extra kill to make it about 1000 or even close to 900 plus. He is looking to match his personal best, and that's it. Hellborn team, they are so far just part of an experiment for a new Guinness World Record, but they are pretty far behind. And yeah, there is nothing that
Guinness World Record.
They are, and I mean, there is no other better way to describe this. Nox is just treating them like experimental rats. And that's the problem because, I mean, DCeS, they are a very decent team, don't get me wrong. The problem is that they let the Moon Queen farm, and if I were a part of that team, I would say just call it quits here, just CC before it becomes official. Call it 15 there. Oh, the Dance is going down, and that's going to be pretty questionable. Prison, the 945 going to be challenged here, and Emperor looking to be a little bit of a trouble there. It does pop the ultimate again. That's going to slow down Lowstone by a fair bit, and that is going to be okay. Shekel is going to be the thing that will stop the kill there, but Rocket Joe might be going down. Meanwhile, Murph is going to be completely taken care of on the flip side. Lowstone will pick up the kill on Emperor before he pots away. That's going to be clutch gameplay there, and Lowstone doing a lot of work, and Yen the Ole Gun, forgot to change the name there. It's going to be a little bit of a tight spot there. He is ultimately going down. He was looking for a spot to pot away, but didn't have that space there, so he is going down.
Yep. And that increases MQ's GPM. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking at his GPM too much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys the GPM chart. 870 is making the Preds 460 look like a 100 GPM, but it is again a little bit of a nice note to note that Moon Queen already has got the symbol of rage, and I do believe that she already has that in previous team fight. She does have also 1k gold in the bank, and I'm just curious to see what kind of item she's gonna build next. She might even go for the big well, Doombringer, just to make this game a little bit more exciting than it already is.
If you'll be able to earn that much before the game ends, it looks almost like it's gonna end soon. Yep, if top left. And Pred is doing some pushing at the bottom. Not sure if it will work though.
Yep, and that said, it is gonna be okay. Hellborn team is looking to try and defend the top lane. However, there is only Moon Queen Illusion. Just look at the speed that the Illusion is able to take out the tower. It does deal a very sizable amount of damage here, and in fact, it's just tanky as hell. The tower just doesn't deal damage to this thing here. Of course, it does expire, so that's the only downside to Illusion, is that it will actually eventually go. So the tower now is going to be within deniable range, and that is not ideal at all. MOA trying to be the big savior here to try and deny the tower. There is no Legion aggression. It's going to get denied. That's going to be okay because the Legion team doesn't really care right now. They are waiting for Nox to hit a 1k mark, but I believe that he's going to be able to end his game about 950. That should be pretty achievable for him, considering he picks up 1 or 2 kills in the next big team fight. That's it. They are gonna continue the train, and the train going on the schedule. Just left the train station. It's gonna be at the top lane right now. All 4 members gonna be there waiting for Nova. Nova already has got the stuff of the master. This is not a support, guys. He has got a stuff. God damn it! That's a gonna be really rich and all. That's it. Mid lane, top lane, Moon Queen gonna be challenger, and it is gonna be a little bit of a bad spot there. The Monk Sonale going out, that's gonna be first kill. Double tap on Nox already. It's gonna pick up a hat trick going out. Maybe can we see more? That's the problem, because the rest of the Hellborn members are not around, so there will not be a quad kill or even annihilation, but that's gonna be a GG well played being called out here. He is already about 920 GPM, and that's gonna be it for this game.
Alright, it only ends at 923. Okay.
Yep, and well, he does get annihilation eventually, but doesn't count because the game's done. And yep, that's just that. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1. That was all it is. Gonna be going to impunity.storm. Very good game coming from both sides. Definitely Hellborn team needs to reanalyze their strategy. I would say that right from the start, they did start on a pretty good note, trying to lock the Moon Queen down some, but the Moon Queen wasn't there to begin with, and they try to rotate, but the problem is when they rotate, Legion team also rotated, so that was the problem, and the rotation just kept going on and on until it just screws around everyone's minds, and you forgot where the hell they are, and the next thing you know, bam, Nox 500 GPM. How the hell are you gonna deal with that kind of a monster, man? So that is game 1 for you. This is Babael. Joining me today is my guest caster. That's gonna be Ice Bubble from Girlexy. Hope you guys enjoy our cast. We'll be back with game 2 real soon, so do sit tight and see you guys in a short while.
Alright, bye bye.